Hi, my name's Clay. This is just a short video just to show you the kind of things that we can do in class and tell you a little bit about how it all works. A little bit about my students. Many of my students, in fact, most of my students are adults, but I do teach all ages. Everyone's learning different things. I teach all levels from complete beginners right up to whatever level. Some people are learning classical, many people are learning jazz, blues, popular songs. What we do is once we've had our initial consultation on Zoom, we can discuss what your goals are. We will then work together to devise a plan that will work best for you. Some people want to read music, some people already read music, some people don't want to read music. We can work by shape, by ear. There's all sorts of different methods we can use. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a very simple little blues turnaround. That's what we're going to do today. Now, you may not be interested in blues. That's fine. This is just a demonstration to show you how it works. So first of all, I'm going to play it for you. This is what we're going to do. Sounds like this. This is a blues in C. Okay, so what happens is, once we've been around it once, we might put in like a little turnaround, which basically means it goes round back to the top again. And this is it. Okay, now if you've ever listened to any blues or anything like that, you've probably heard that many times before. So it might be a little bit of a cliche, but it's quite nice anyway. Here it is again. And we come round at the end of the blues and then we go back. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you the ways that we can look at this and learn it depending on the kind of style of learning that you prefer. So, for example, if somebody reads music, what we'll do first of all is we might look at it on the score. So let me show you what it looks like on the score. I'm actually using Zoom at the moment, so this is what our class will look like. Okay, so you can see here, this is a blues turnaround in C and G. Okay, well, we're looking at it in the key of C. If you don't know about different keys, don't worry. We can either learn about that or not. It's up to you. So everybody has their own ways of learning. My job as a teacher is to work with you to find the best way of learning whatever it is that you want to learn. Okay, so here it is. This is a blues turnaround in C and G. Now this is what it looks like on the score. For this, I use a piece of software called Scorecloud, which is really great. This is what it sounds like. It sounds a bit tinny because it will be using the MIDI player from the web browser. So you can see, not a great sound. But anyway, that's what it looks like on the score. Now, if you read music, I can send you a link to this and then you can download it, you can print it, whatever you want to do. I use this software a lot because sometimes people might want to learn a particular song. That might be their main objective. They might just say, I want to learn Fairy Tale of New York by Christmas. Okay, that's fine, we can do that. If they read music, we might work on a simple arrangement to start with of what the song looks like. And I can create that in Scorecloud. I can just play that in the MIDI, it's really quick. And then I can send that to you. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the score. If you don't read music, then what we'll do is we'll use something like this. This is another thing that I create for people who don't generally read. But even if you do read, sometimes it's good to kind of put the score to one side and just focus on the shapes and the sound, because it helps us to learn things and internalize the shapes and the sound, and also the theory. If we're doing theory, some people hate theory, some people like it. Most of us have kind of a balance of how much or little we want. This is what it looks like. There's no rhythm here. Obviously, this is just the shapes. And so the shapes, we can see this is middle C here. Again, if you don't know what middle C is, if you're a complete beginner, that's fine. We'll do all that along the way. So here's middle C. This is B flat, and we've got E, G, and C. What we've got in effect here is a C7, C dominant 7, with the 7th in the bass. So the root of the chord is up here. Again, if that means nothing to you, don't worry, we can study that or not. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so the first shape looks like that and sounds like this. Second shape. Third shape. Fourth shape, you can just see it on the bottom there. Green is the left hand, yellow is the right hand. You can see that the top note stays where it is, and then these notes move chromatically, so by semitones. Again, don't worry if you don't know what that means. We can look at that. Now, this is what I would send you if you didn't read music. But what we do in the class, I use this piece of software, which is a great piece of software. And it's used a lot by gospel musicians. It's called Midiculous. Here it is. So when I then play on the MIDI keyboard here, so I'll show you what it looks like on the MIDI keyboard. For this, I'm using a Fender Rhodes sound because it's a bit more mellow. So you can see here's middle C. Here's the there. So this is our first shape. We've got B flat here, E, G, C. There's a thunderstorm going on at the moment. So this is the first shape. This is what it looks like on the PDF as well. But during the class, we'll do it in real time like this. You can see on the score. This is what it looks like on the score on the stave. And then in the middle, you can see it's calling it a C7 over B flat. Again, if that doesn't mean anything to you, don't worry. If you're interested, we can look at why it's called that. If you're not interested, we don't need to. What it basically means is it's a C7 with a B flat in the bottom. So we've taken that B flat away. We put this C at the top. Now what we do is we focus on the shape. So the left hand touches every note. So we don't miss out any keys. That's what the left hand does. Right hand, this stays where it is, it doesn't move at all. These two, these move down to the next nearest neighbour, next nearest neighbour. Then this one goes to its next nearest neighbour, and this one goes, skips one and goes down another one there. So what we can do in the class is we can work through something like this. Obviously, you might not be interested in blues, so we'll be doing something completely different. But we'll work through the shapes. We can touch on the theory and why it's doing what it's doing if you want to. We can look at it on the score. There's all sorts of different things we can do. Like I say, my students are doing all different things. Some are doing pop, some are DJs and producers who do a lot of sampling, and they want to know what the chords are that they're using, so they can maybe create them themselves with their own sounds, things like that. Some of them don't read music at all and don't want to read music. That's fine. Okay, so that's Midiculous. That's what we use in the class. If we're doing something that where we want to focus on the shapes. If we're doing something that is more piano technique related, obviously it's better with piano technique, classical technique, for example, to have somebody in the room with you to kind of demonstrate. You can look really up close. But there's still an awful lot we can do online with technique. And we can look at the technique and the shape of the arm, the shape of the fingers, how it rests on the keyboard, various things that we can do to improve our technique if we've got problems, or to develop our technique if we don't really have one. So that's it, that's the blues turnaround. So here it is again, once more. I hope that's useful, gives you an idea of the kind of thing we can do and the kind of methods we can use. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll get back to you. If you like any examples of material that I've created for people, again, let me know and I'll send you something. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.